In other videos, you learned you are usually penalized 5 points off your credit score with each credit inquiry. Each time you apply for credit, a credit inquiry is initiated, which in turn can lower your score by as much as 5 points. If you then get turned down for credit, you might even try harder from another credit source, thus initiating still another credit inquiry. The problem, however, is that you now have a lower credit score because the prior credit inquiry reduced your score before this current credit inquiry was even initiated. But you can avoid this counterproductive effort of reducing your credit score through endless credit inquiries by following some selected steps. And before the credit inquiry is even a thought in the mind of a loan officer, here's how to do it. Most credit issuance is based upon one thing, your credit score. For general discussion on credit score, see the video Credit Scoring Basics. Your credit score is generally generated according to criteria found on the credit report. Each creditor selects a score which satisfies their credit granting criteria, and if your score is below that number, you're refused credit. In its simplest term, that is how it works. Ironically, the problem is that one of the criteria that can lower your credit score by as much as 5 points is a credit application made by the consumer, thus initiating a credit inquiry. The theory is a bit confusing, but basically the rationale says if you ask for a loan, you must need the money, but you must be penalized for asking so that you do not ask over and over of multiple lenders. Duh! It should be noted, however, that inquiries made by junk mailers and such does not affect your score since these are not consumer-initiated applications. However, if you respond to one of these offers, then a credit file inquiry is made and your score is lowered. What should also be noted is that if your credit file is perfectly clean, you should not even be concerned about this 5-point penalty on credit inquiries unless you are a new creditor without any history at all. Therefore, the remainder of this video assumes you have a credit file problem or no credit history. So how do you avoid a credit inquiry? Many credit inquiries can be avoided by pre-planning and by following some very simple steps while asking some very basic questions. But the key ingredient is to not be in a hurry. The greatest mistake folks often make is believing the first deal they run across is the only one that will be offered. Therefore, they jump at the first opportunity that comes along. Similarly, many folks think a mortgage loan process is the same as a car loan, which in turn is the same as a credit loan application. They are not. But they all have common traits in pre-planning and in avoiding credit inquiries. So before you apply for a loan, get a copy of your credit report. See the video free annual credit report to learn more. And determine if you have a credit problem such as no credit history, bankruptcy, late payments, etc. If you have good credit with no negative comments, apply for the loan since there is no reason you will not qualify. However, if you have a problem, stop, take a breath, decide what you're trying to do in concrete terms. How much do you need? What is the purpose? What interest rate and payment schedule is acceptable? You can get a ballpark idea of what is available for price and interest on the internet. But do all of this before any neighborhood, before looking at any neighborhood for a new home or any car lot for a car or applying for any credit in the industry. Interview potential creditors before picking up a pen, and never give out your Social Security number unless you are ready for the credit inquiry. For example, do not talk to a car salesman. Tell the salesman you are there on another issue. Then make a straight line to the credit office. Similarly, do not talk to a real estate broker until after you have been pre-qualified and have a letter to show a broker what you can and cannot do. Telephone interview credit card creditors if applying online. If there is no phone number listed online, you probably should not be dealing with them anyway. Enter an office fully prepared to walk out. Use common sense, but if you have a package established in your mind of what is acceptable to you and it is not offered, be prepared to walk out of the deal. They must want your business more than you want their business. This part of the process is a game which you must master. There are more car outlets, real estate brokers, and credit card offers out there, and each wants your business. Ask some basic questions which are very direct. Am I speaking to the car lease financing, mortgage loan officer, credit issuance manager? Who is that manager? May I please speak with Mr. Jones, whoever the manager is? Then, when you're speaking to him, Mr. Manager, my name is, and I filed bankruptcy 6 months ago and I'm seeking a car. I am considering leasing, but very open to your advice on this issue. I've been employed at the XYZ company 8 years and have established credit at my credit union. Can you help me? In other words, state your negative side in a very positive light. You may be asked why you declared bankruptcy, and you should have a 15-second prepared response for the basic facts slanted positively to indicate your responsible attitude. Do not tell a sob story. They don't care. They just want reassurances, and they want it within 15 seconds. So have a prepared statement in advance of what your negative issue is all about. You may be told you must first fill out an application before discussing it further. If you are, thank them for their advice and go to another creditor. Under no circumstances give out your Social Security number until you are confident that you will be approved. Once you release your Social Security number, you are just about guaranteed a credit inquiry. But if you already know you will be approved, it doesn't matter. If the interview is going favorably, hand over a copy of your credit report, which you've gotten in advance, but blacken out personal information until you have the answers you want. They will still need to run an inquiry, but if they have seen your report, there will be no surprises to turn your loan down. If you get the answers you want, you are in a position to know if you will be approved. Therefore, the credit inquiry now offers a cost which is acceptable because it will have been productive. Lenders rely heavily on your credit score to make lending decisions. So why offer them more incentive to refuse the loan you are seeking? Stop shooting yourself in the foot. If you are going to be turned down by a lender, know about it in advance so that you can do not make a bad situation worse. If you'd like to see more in the future on this type of issue, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you know of friends, family members, social, business, or church groups in need of financial education, do them and yourself a favor by telling them about Debt Buster Motivation. But at a minimum, subscribe to my channel and please give me a thumbs up.